Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you're here. In today's video, it's going to be a bit different than my norm. We are actually staying at a dude ranch for my husband's birthday weekend, and he is very much into the Wild Wild West and cowboy, primitive camping style, primitive cabin style. So that's what we're staying in. I'll give you a little tour, but it won't take long because this is a one-room cabin. We have no power, no water. We do have access to a bathroom in the main house. It's a bed and breakfast that we're staying at. So they said that not many people brave the cowboy cabin, which is what they call it, but we are out here. The horses are right outside our door. It's actually their feeding time. And earlier this morning, I was woken up by the cattle drive. So that happened at about 6:30, and so far we are loving it. It is the hottest weekend of the year in Georgia. So yesterday it was in the 90s for the high. Overnight, I think it got down to around 70, and we actually cheated. We have a battery powered fan that we kept on the foot of the bed, and I actually got a little bit chilly in the middle of the night. So we are really enjoying it, like I said, and yeah, I just want you to come along. I want to show you around, and I also just want to have this as a keepsake in my file of memories, because how often is it that you get to do something like this? And honestly, it's not that far from our house. So we are just very excited for all that the weekend has in store. Like I said, we stayed last night. We got here around 7:30 in the evening, and then we will stay again tonight, and we'll go home tomorrow. Family is keeping our girls this weekend, so it's just Nicholas and myself, and we're just really having a good time. So glad you're here. If you're not already, I would love for you to subscribe, turn on notifications so that you're sure not to miss a video whenever I post one. I try to do about 2 a week. And let me give you a little tour of our home for the weekend, and then I'm going to go inside, utilize the bathroom, go ahead and get ready for the day, and they should have breakfast ready in the next few minutes, so we'll probably help them set the table or carry out food or whatever it is that they need us to do.
It's really not that. Hey, you want a snack?
So we have our sitting, dining, reading area with a lovely view of the corral. This is the bed, obviously, and then the main house is right through that window, which I don't believe you can see right now. We'll get to it later. And then this is the wood stove. So it's a small, cozy space, but so sweet. And they said that actually in the olden days, where this wall is here, it would have been a half wall with a gate, and where our table is and our wood stove, that would be where the horses stayed to make it through the Wyoming winters, and for the owners to be able to keep an eye on them, make sure that they were withstanding conditions and could survive it. So the wood stove and the table would have been on this side. But yeah, I just love the history, love the culture, just love it all. It's a very humid day today, so we have been sitting in the main house with AC, not gonna lie. Okay, so this was the view from the back porch. We just sat in the rocking chairs and took it all in while breakfast was being finished. And then they had the table set for us underneath the trees, so we were overlooking the pasture while we were eating this delicious southern casserole and fruit and pastries, drinking our coffee. It was perfect. And there were probably 3 or 4 other families, but we were kind of spread out, and we mingled a little bit, but still got to enjoy the privacy of like our own breakfast together. So that was really nice. And then after breakfast, the owner actually shared the whole history of how they got their brand, and they have a home place in Wyoming that it kind of came from. So she went through all of that. She's a former news anchor, so she's a very great communicator, and it was just wonderful sitting around listening to her tell stories. Then we explored the property a little bit, did some knife throwing and swinging, And then we went to a town nearby, walked through some antique shops, got ice cream. It was great to be in the AC. We went down the road to a bookstore, got a farmer's almanac, and Nicholas got a couple of books for some series that he's been reading. But then we just really wanted to go back to the ranch. Like, there was nothing better than being there at that moment. So we got back just in time for a thunderstorm to roll in, and it was amazing sitting out there watching these clouds roll in. And I know this is a time lapse, but it was so fast in real life too. So we FaceTimed the girls while this was coming in, and obviously the wind was crazy because my camera was on a tripod and it's still just rocking all over the place right now. Once the storm had passed, we just went out driving around town a little bit. We really weren't that hungry, but we just went exploring and then ended up getting a second cup of ice cream to finish off the night. We also stumbled upon a fair that was going on for the 4th of July week. They had already stopped selling tickets, but we just walked around and closed the place down. So we went back to the ranch and just enjoyed the moonlit sky with some fireworks in the distance. Okay friends, well I hope you enjoyed this video of our little weekend stay at the Dude Ranch. We have thoroughly enjoyed our time here, our time away, our time unplugged, and yeah, they're feeding the horses as we speak, so all of them are right here next to our window. I'll show you a little glimpse of that as we close this out. I hope that maybe this encourages you to go and stay at something like this to see how things were done back in the day, or even still current day, just in a different place than maybe where you've ever been before. Now we are very much inspired to go and check out the true Wyoming guest dude ranches. We may not ever actually get to do that, but so glad that we have something like this so close to home where we can get a taste of it. If anyone is looking for a great place in North Georgia, 74 Dude Ranch is a wonderful option. Pam is an amazing host, and we just highly recommend it. We've really enjoyed our time here. So thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye guys.